Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. It is Trabo the trainer here again, and today we are going to be checking out the Sky Guardian theme deck right over here. And we're going to see what we can do to improve the deck. Probably not make it like a overly competitive deck, like a top tier tournament deck. But basically I'm going to be removing cards and adding cards that I think will increase the playability and make it more of a viable deck in local play or just in general play for fun. Since of course none of the cards that are included with the deck are EX cards, it seems like they add a lot of low tier Pokemon. For example, Snubbull, he doesn't really do much, and he takes 2 energy to do anything really, so some things like that I'm going to go ahead and show you what to do maybe to increase your deck's viability. So right off the bat I'm going to go and look at some of the things that I don't like with the deck, one of which I already showed you, which is the Snubbull. So right off the bat, I think I'm going to take him out, take both of those cards out of the deck, and also the Meowth as well. Without Persian, I mean, he doesn't really do much for your deck, especially since the Turmoil Strike has to already attack. It only works if the Pokemon is already damaged. So those 5 cards I'm going to go ahead and take out right off the bat. And with that, that leads us to the next thing, which is the energy. Especially with the Fairy energy, they were quite extravagant on how much energy they gave you for Fairy energy, which is good for future decks, but with this deck, the only other 2 cards that are Fairy are your Wigglytuff and Jigglypuff, and then you have your Whimsicott. And what I do like about Whimsicott is that when you do upgrade him from the Cottony, the retreat cost goes down to 0, which is really good, and its attack is Light Steps, which allows you to remove energy from this Pokemon and add it to another one. So this is good for overall, what would you call it? Just being able to outlast in the match. Hopefully your other opponent doesn't use just over-the-top EX Pokemon, which they probably do, but with this at least you have the chance to attack and remove energies and add them to other Pokemon. So that's really good. The next thing here we want to look at is the Kangaskhan. A fairly good Pokemon, takes a lot of energy, and it also does take a lot of energy to retreat as well. 3 energy to retreat and 4 energy for the Mega Punch. So it's really this card, both of these cards, it would be probably too much to keep in a competitive play because it just takes too much to actually get them out there, unless you do use double colorless energy, which I might add into this deck. I might add 1 of those, but we'll see. Lugia, the only thing about him is that it's not holographic, so what I'll do is I'm actually going to... Actually, this is the one that came with the pack, so this one will definitely stay in the deck. But I'm going to trade the non-holographic for the reverse holographic just for preference, just to make it look better. So that goes off to the side. So far, we have, well, this one doesn't count, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that have been discarded from the deck. And then for the energy, since the 2 Fairy Pokemon actually don't need so much Fairy energy, technically these are the only 2 that need Fairy energy. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove some of the fairy energy for some additions that we're going to make into the deck. So I believe 5 fairy energy will be good enough for this deck that we're going to build. So we'll remove 3 from the deck. So that is good. So far we're doing good to eliminate some of the useless cards out of our deck. The next thing we're going to look at is our trainer cards. They do actually offer us some pretty good trainer cards. A lot of searchier decks for basic Pokemon, things like that. Probably the only thing that I would remove is the Ultra Ball, because you have to discard 2 of your cards in order to use it. Shauna is really good, Tierna is really good. Professor's Letter, again, this one is for your energy, that's a really good card. Energy Pouch, I'll keep that so that you can attach that to your Pokemon, and if they die, then you get to remove all the basic energy, so that's good. Fairy Drop, we'll keep that so we can heal more. And Pokemon Center Lady, that one is good, we will keep that. So really the only one we'll take out is the Ultra Ball, and we'll find a better card to replace that with. And let's see, pretty much that does it for that. The amount of fire energy I believe is sufficient for our deck. Actually, I think they probably give you too many, so let's count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. So 10 energies. The only one that really needs a lot of fire energy is the Moltres. The Delphox doesn't really need the fire energy. So I believe we can remove probably just 2 of those and keep the rest of that. And then, so basically after that, we have our modified deck with a lot of reduced cards. So what we'll need to do is add more cards into it, and I've already gone through my collection of cards and come up with some that I believe will make good additions to this deck. And so we'll go ahead and look at that. We'll go ahead and look at those. Alright, so right off the bat, the Delphox, I'm just going to go ahead and switch that out because it's shiny. I like it. I'll go ahead and switch that out. Okay, so we have an Entei, we have Exploud, which I'm going to just go ahead and put that in because it belongs with the Loudred, and that'll be a good addition to this deck. An Entei and a Mr. Mime. So, which one do I want to put? Discard. Okay. What I think I'll do is I will put Entei because overall it does more damage and it allows for easier uptake of fire energy. So I do like that card, and I'll add it to the deck. Mr. Mime looks good. I'm going to keep him off right off the bat. Well, we're already halfway into the video, but yes, I will be putting a Duno EX. Basically because it's one of my only EX Pokemon that I can use in this build, but it does a lot of damage, it has a lot of HP. So this one is definitely going in. And then what I did want to do was add an additional type to this deck, because really, Fairy Energy, you're only using it for those 2 Pokemon. And then Fire Energy, there's a lot of that. I want to add more of a, more options for anything that might pop up in game. So my options are Shinx with an evolution up to Luxray. Some Carbinks with a Zygarde. That might be good. And then my last option that I was thinking about is a Spoink Grumpig build. I might do that, just 2 and 2 of those, and just do that to give more options to my deck, more different, you know, types of Pokemon that might do more damage. These are strictly Psychic Energy. I might not do those. Let me look at these. Let's see. I'm thinking the Zygarde, the Carbink, especially with the Diamond Gift, and they added 20 HP to that. That might actually do good. Does 20 damage. Okay. And then I'll add Zygarde into the deck for the Diamond Gift. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pokemon added. Okay. So, let's see where we are at. 1, 2, 3, 6, 50. Okay, so we're down to 50. We're at 50, so 55. So really the only options left are for energy and I do want to add an N to the deck, and I do want to add a, let's see, I do want to add a Max Elixir to the deck. Oh, and Fairy Drop. I'm going to go ahead and switch out the Fairy Drop that they gave. Make it shiny. Just because, why not? Okay, so that looks good. Okay, so then we go to our stack of energy. We're going to pull out 3 fighting energy. Let's pull out, I guess they're all base set energy. 3 fighting. Let's go ahead and pull one more out, actually. 4 fighting. And we will remove a fire energy for that fighting energy. That will go off to the side, and I think that is it. That will allow us to do more damage. Gives us better options with the drawing, with the extra trainers that we have. Those are good. It'll give us, give us more health, more damage, more options for attack. So I think that will do it for my updated Pokemon deck. Tell me what you think. Go ahead and give me a comment down below and tell me if you like what I did, adding the fighting energy and the fighting Pokemon to the deck. With this deck, I mean, I have fire, I have normal, I have fairy type, 4 different types. I mean, that really does a good job on being able to deck a wide range of Pokemon. But basically, you know, just give me a comment and tell me what you think. Tell me if I did wrong. Make sure to like the video. And we'll get back to it with another video soon on opening up the Dollar Tree packs. I have plenty of those to go through, and as always, guys, thanks for watching, and be your very best.